Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm back again with a war video and our freshly rank 5 She-Hulk. So I decided I'm gonna take her for a spin, and I got a perfect lane for it. It's those toggle unstoppable ones and aspect of war and spite and stuff like that. So first fight we have Juggernaut. And against this dupe 6-star Juggernaut, the She-Hulk, basically as soon as we land the first heavy attack, he does not have any unstoppable available to him. I don't know why, it still displays there. However, I can fight it normally. It's kind of like a visual glitch because She-Hulk can just attack him through that unstoppable. So I don't know what's exactly going on there with Kabam, but as you can see here, 25 hits, finish off with a massive heavy attack, and the fight is over. That wasn't difficult at all. Now next node is gonna be quite tricky, kind of. From the first look of it, it's Hyperion with aspect of war and spite on it. So you can definitely see how this one could be really annoying, but we're gonna start this one again with She-Hulk. So She-Hulk can counter Hyperion's power gain with her level 2s, and while the slow debuff is active, we do not have to worry about aspect of war. So here initially it is a bit hairy. I need to bait out this level 1, and the spite is active, and I need to watch out there a bit. So however, once we get in the rhythm, once we have a couple of furies on us, Hyperion's going to be throwing those special attacks much more willingly. Therefore, we don't have much of an issue here against him. We're about to drop our level 2. Now we don't need to worry about power gain anymore either. And so yeah, aspect of war and spite and power gain all nicely neutralized. And we just need to finish off this fight, kind of like do our heavy attack routine and make sure that, well, yeah, we don't slip up. Aside from that, She-Hulk performing fantastically in this fight. Absolutely nothing to complain about. It is a good placement. I have seen Hyperion stop some people on this node and definitely get some kills there, just because of the fact that he spams special attacks, and aspect of war can make it really annoying. However, it wasn't much of a problem with She-Hulk. We didn't even boost for these fights either. So that's gonna be it for like my first set of fights before I go to bed. Next recording is gonna be in the morning after I wake up. We have the middle minis cleared, and that's cool and all. And now we're moving on to path 5 here in the middle section. And we're gonna deal with that magic and whoever else was there, Sentinel, I believe. So for magic, we're gonna use Quake, because Quake absolutely fantastically counters that magic, plus the node is unblockable, toggle unblockable, that they go periodically they go unblockable, but Quake doesn't really care about that. Now I'm gonna use a small 10% boost here. I probably had no need for it, but I figured why not, it's just a 10%. And this fight is gonna go just like every other Quake fights do. We do start charging our heavy attack, placing those aftershock charges on her, waiting for them to expire. Concussions are active. We do not have to worry about her being unblockable because we're evading all her attacks anyways. Also, Quake's concussion prevents that unblockable node as well, like if we happen to be charging heavy attack while it's about to activate. So that's kind of another safety net plus there, I suppose. But aside from that, yep, super easy fight for Quake, nothing to worry about, no limbo, no unblockable, and we're through here quite easily. Finished off with heavy attack and a few more ticks of our concussion. Next fight is going to be Sentinel. Now against Sentinel, we're again gonna use Quake because Sentinel is a really good matchup. I was kind of debating whether I should use my Corvus, but I figured it's like, why would I? I'll just play it safe with Quake, and just pretty much took in Corvus there for the looks for most part, because She-Hulk and Quake can handle pretty much every fight I need them for. And yeah, again, Sentinel does not get any of his analysis charges built, just because we always alternate in between that evade and dex and heavy attack. So we do not repeat same action twice pretty much ever. Also, if we do, well, he's under concussion, he doesn't gain any charges regardless, so there's nothing to worry about there. And yeah, as you can see here, 1 set or 2 sets and he's pretty much done. So another set of aftershocks expire, he's at 20%, so we're just gonna need like 1 more set there, and we're already up at 13-14. Aftershocks launch a heavy attack and he goes down. Super easy fight, 40 seconds, Quake takes it home. And now I'm gonna have to wait till I get cleared by my teammates. And this, I don't know if it counts as a mini boss or not, but this node basically has a partial immunity, like limited immunity, I think, for first 30 seconds, and Quake also will periodically go unblockable. However, we're taking in She-Hulk in this fight, and quite strangely, Quake immediately starts off with a level 1, and that was a quite scary scenario. So there, I was basically racing to level 1 in order not to get stunned. I don't think I made it in time, but luckily we didn't get stunned anyways. But now that we have Quake in the corner, once again we have absolutely nothing to worry about. We just need to evade the level 1s, which can be slightly tricky at times. But aside from that, everything is cool. We can do our heavy attack routine, and pretty much, yeah, that's it. We do not worry about unblockable because we don't parry, we don't block. We just keep her in the corner and finish the fight off with another level 2 attack. So super easy fight for She-Hulk, nothing to be stressed over about. Now, next fight was against the Havoc, and he has like Safeguard on him and Kinetic Instigator and a few other things. However, I thought I did record it, but I forgot to record it, but I just wanted to show for kind of like example purposes what happened in that fight. So I'm going to show a duel with 3-star Quake against a maxed out Havoc instead, and to show kind of like the principle of that, how that fight went. And it was even quicker and easier than this duel, just because rank 5 Quake and that node over there had more comparable PIs. But the base idea is you do evade all of the attacks, obviously, because it had Kinetic Instigator. And even though Havoc does have a passive power gain, it's relatively slow. You can pretty much get in 3 full sets of Aftershock charges before he reaches first bar of power. Now, when he does reach first bar of power, what we do is we go on offensive and we push him to level 2. As soon as we have him at level 2, we bait out his level 2, and that's it. We go back to charging our heavy attack. Now, while we are charging our heavy attack and he has concussion on, he does not gain his plasma charges, so we do not have to worry about that. Also, if he does manage to acquire a few of them in between his attacks, level 2 is basically going to consume them for prowess. So basically we do not ever have to worry about the plasma detonation. And basically we do the same process again and again, rinse and repeat. We can go indefinitely. It's not a difficult thing to do with Quake, and Quake is actually one of my preferred Havoc counters, just because even if we have to, we can do the same thing over again. We push him to level 2. We just need to bait that one out. Here he's a bit stingy, but he's still gonna throw it. And then as soon as he does, we can go back to charging our heavy attack and putting those aftershocks on him. Now, yeah, in this fight, he didn't want to throw his second level 2. However, in the actual fight, when I was fighting in the war, baiting out one level 2 was enough to finish the fight. And even if it wouldn't be, we could do the same thing over again. Just wanted to show that Quake deals with Havoc absolutely fantastically. So yeah, that was how that fight pretty much went, except it was a bit shorter. And now we're gonna move on to Morningstar mini-boss. And that is the Dismay Immune mini-boss. And once again, it's pretty much a perfect matchup for Quake. She has class advantage. There's nothing kind of stopping her. Okay, opponent is going to be stun immune, but you can still play through that. And that's what we bring in. We brought in Quake, and we're just gonna heavy her to death, basically, with our aftershocks. And because of class advantage, it isn't going to be too difficult or long. It is one thing to note though, Morningstar is fairly aggressive against Quake, and I remember when I was dealing with Morningstar one of the first times using my Quake, I did find it quite confusing because of that, I don't even know how that weapon is called, but that chain and the ball, it just seemed to be swinging all over the place, and it was a bit difficult to keep track. So that is something definitely, if you're gonna Quake a Morningstar, you might want to practice and prepare yourself, because her animations do make it slightly confusing. It's kind of difficult to tell exactly when she finishes her combos, which is important for Quake and stuff like that. But if you're used to it, it's actually not a problem at all. Obviously, you do not have to worry about any bleed damage, just because you're never going to be hitting Morningstar, and it's a fairly kind of easy time for your Quake once again. Now, next fight, however, is going to be the fight where things start to go wrong, because honestly I was quite annoyed throughout this war, just because we were of the alliance that we were facing. And if you're in the end game, you probably know when you have heard the stories and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna get too much into it, but basically they cleared all our map with like 3 deaths. And all of those 3 deaths, you could see that they were pretty much intentional or on purpose. And then where they should have died, they simply didn't, regardless of matchup or anything else. But fair enough. It's not my place to this judgment, maybe misbelief only. And yeah, so at this fight, when using She-Hulk, so first of all, She-Hulk has a great matchup against Void just because of her signature ability. She basically can shrug off debuffs when striking Science champions. So that's extremely useful. However, on the bad side, I'm gonna fail miserably in this fight. I was a bit tilted, I wasn't aggressive enough, I wasn't confident enough, and that's gonna cost me the fight pretty much. I don't really know what happened there with me. It's definitely not the fault of the She-Hulk, because She-Hulk should have had like fairly great, decent matchup. So this is Stun Immune, Enhanced Special 1, mini-boss basically. Here I realized I didn't shrug off the debuff till like very late, because I didn't get enough openings, because I wasn't aggressive enough, which cost me a lot of health. At this point I kind of started to panic, and I think here I do eat that in block. That's not too big of a deal. And here he shoots level 1, and I think I'm gonna end up eating it. Yep, I dashed back too early, and this fight, pretty much I already at this point was tilted, and I am going to die here with She-Hulk. Unfortunately, it's a death. However, once we die here, I did go back in with Corvus. When Corvus didn't have any charges on, however, Void was pretty much on half health, so I just put on Power Start 1 boost and Cosmic Power Boost, and we finished him off anyways. And then the last fight is Enhanced Power Gain, Dormammu Mini, and Enhanced Special Attack 2. And once again, for that, we just gonna use Quake. That Power Gain doesn't matter, Enhanced Special 2 doesn't matter, as he's never gonna get to his level 2. We just have an easy time kind of finishing off the war with Quake. So I'm not too happy about this war. It went fantastic up until that Void fight where I just messed up, but it is a loss for our alliance as well, because I believe they had pretty much all the map cleared with like 3 kills. So we did lose this one, which is unfortunate, but happens. Not much I can do about it. But either way, I still wanted to show you guys the death and how She-Hulk does overall in wars, and obviously how awesome Quake is. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do not forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit all the buttons, share it with your alliance mates in case they are interested to see some rank 5 She-Hulk footage. I will be using her in more wars, more than likely, because I think she's extremely useful and she can cover a lot of fights, a lot of tricky fights. But that's me done today. See you guys, and I'm gonna catch you next time.